Hello cyclists! Today a very beautiful e-bike from Belgium bike manufacturer BZEN. It's the Vienna. This beautiful e-bike is really the perfect companion if you want to leave your car at home and want to tackle your everyday life with an e-bike. But before I go into a deep dive and tell you all the advantages of the Vienna, I will give you a short introduction to the brand, because BZEN, and for me, most importantly, the founders are very passionate about cycling. And one of the main topics for them is to act sustainable. So they have a closer look into their supply chain, and if possible, they try to buy and assemble as many parts and accessories from Europe as possible to keep the CO2 footprint as small as possible. And the bikes are assembled and the frames manufactured in Poland. And BZEN, its different founders, all were looking for really cool, reliable and comfortable e-bikes. And they weren't just so happy what they could find on the market. That's why they decided just to produce and build their own bikes. And they assemble not only the passion for bikes, of course, and e-bikes, but engineering power, marketing power, design power. And you feel that when you have a closer look at every little detail, you can really see their passion for cycling. When you're thinking about buying a new e-bike, first question you have to ask yourself, of course, is how does my everyday life with an e-bike looks like? And the most important thing maybe with this e-bike here is it has an integrated battery. That's why the chic and slim design is possible. So a lack of flexibility because you cannot take out the battery, but maybe you can charge the bike at home or at work if you do commute. On the other hand, this bike is so comfortable because due to the frame geometry, the step through as you can see, and the low point of gravity, it's very comfortable. It's super easy to hop on this bike and cycle. The frame geometry, it's very narrow, so you do sit upright, especially in combination with this handlebar that reminds me a lot of a very classic Dutch bike. And the saddle is very comfortable. To be honest, if you ask me, and I do test a lot of bikes, this is the most comfortable saddle in my whole collection. And also this bike is a really good companion if you want to go shopping or if you want to transport your laptop, because it always comes with a rear rack that is very stable, where you can easily mount bags or a basket. And to individualize the sitting position, you can even adjust the stem. This motor is from BZEN, and BZEN is one of the established high-quality motor manufacturers. I know a lot of bike brands and manufacturers that choose the BZEN, and I haven't heard any comments so far about the quality in a negative way. So you do want a reliable motor. This motor has 250 watt-hours to easily reach the 25 allowed kilometers in the EU. It is quite strong and powerful because it has 45 Newton meters of torque. Especially in combination with this very lightweight bicycle. It weighs only 17 kilograms. So this motor gives this bike rather a feeling of being a rocket. Of course, it's not only the motor, it's also the battery that is important. And BZEN offers two different batteries. One with 252 watt-hours and one with 360. So you do have two different ranges. In my opinion, I would say 252 watt-hours are enough. That's what I choose, and my daily commute is between 5 and 15 kilometers. If you want to have a bigger range or don't want to charge your e-bike so often, then go for the bigger battery. It costs 200 euros. And to fully charge the battery, it takes up to 3 to 4 hours, which is absolutely normal. What else is important concerning an e-bike? Of course, the display. And the display is located on the handlebar, and it's really cute. It's very bright. Even when the sun is shining, you can easily read all the information. You see what level of pedal assist you're in, how the battery is charged, how fast you are. And the display is also the remote. There are 5 in total, and to be honest, I was cycling most of the time in level 1 or level 2, but if you're really in a hurry or you have to climb up a hill, then choose maybe level 4 and 5. How is it to cycle this bicycle? Well, the combination of the frame geometry, the upright sitting position, and the motor, because the motor has a torque sensor, which gives you a very natural and agile feeling. So a torque sensor measures constantly how hard you push the pedal. And if you're pushing the pedal harder, you get more support from the motor that is located in the rear hub. And a rear hub motor gives you a feeling of rather being pushed. So if you would compare it, for example, with the car, I would recommend you to maybe do a test ride in a Porsche, because the Porsche also has the motor, the engine in the rear. Speaking about security, I would say the Vienna is definitely for people who do not feel so super comfortable cycling and maybe not so safe. And this bike is really a cool companion, because due to the fact that, I said that already, but due to the fact that the point of gravity is very low and you do have an upright sitting position, in combination that you easily get your foot on the floor, you can hop off easily, or if you have to stop immediately and in surprise, you feel always like comfortable and safe. Also important to increase your visibility are reflectors. These are integrated in the tires. And the tires are from Continental and they are puncture proof. So of course you can have a flat tire, but it's getting more difficult with these tires. And because they are a bit wider, the tires work a bit like a suspension, because the frame is an aluminium frame which is very stiff, so it doesn't absorb so many shocks, but the saddle and the tires do. And the lights, again, BZEN did choose high quality components that are very bright, and it's so important that you are visible, especially in autumn, winter, and of course during the night. And in the front you do have a Busch and Müller, a German manufacturer, very bright and very cute looking light. And in the rear you do have an integrated light from Hermann's. Let's have a closer look at all the other parts and accessories. Very important if you do ride an e-bike, you're fast, so you do need brakes that work really, really well. And BZEN did choose Shimano hydraulic disc brakes that work really well. Even when it was wet and slippery, I felt always very secure. Very important, the bike comes with a rear rack, what I already said, but also with fenders, and the fenders are from SKS. Also a high quality component, which is important because when you do cycle over cobblestone, there's no rattling and there are no noises. So when it's raining, a very important accessory. Also integrated is a bike stand. And this one here is not only working really good, it's also very beautiful because it's very simple concerning the design. If you're interested in buying the Vienna, have a closer look because you can choose between a belt drive and a regular chain. Well, the belt drive is becoming more and more popular with bikes because they do not need any service at all. There's no oil, there's no grease. It's like super silent, it comes as a single speed. For me, it was completely okay because I think the transmission they choose was absolutely okay. But if you're looking for a bike maybe for tours and you want more flexibility concerning the gears, I would recommend to choose this model. They did choose from a Shimano, the Alivio, with 9 gears. So that gives you a really big range of choosing different gears. And when I was doing a longer tour, the Alivio, the Shimano gearing system was really comfortable. So I always had the feeling that I was choosing the right gears. Also very important to arrive in style, of course. Well, there are 3 really beautiful color options, so check out the website. This one here is the white, and I love it, the black and white contrast. If you have a closer look, the handlebar, as well as the rear rack, the saddle and the grips are black. Speaking about the grips, it's ergo grips, which is quite important for me because sometimes when I do cycle a bit longer, my wrists are very sensitive and they start to hurt. And when I have a closer look at the handlebar, it's not only the beautiful grips, but it's also this beautiful bell. And because I already talked about the brakes, but I forgot to mention these beautiful little brake levers. I really love them. They fit perfectly into this design. Also important concerning the design, for me at least, is the internal cable routing. So you don't have too much chaos concerning the cables. And I really did like how BZEN did find a solution to integrate all the cables. Especially when it's getting colder and pretty wet outside because it's raining a lot. For me it is very important that you do have pedals that have a good grip, so an anti-slip surface. And I felt very safe and secure when I was cycling the Vienna. So the pedals do not only look very beautiful, but they also give you a lot of grip. Very important. The frame is a one-size frame and it's perfect for riders starting from 155 centimeters up to 175 centimeters, and this is where I'm located, so I'm 175 centimeters and I felt very comfortable. If you do have a beautiful bicycle like this, you don't want to worry too much about it, so a lock is very important. And what I like a lot is that BZEN offers a frame lock, a ring lock, in combination with the chain. So you do have like 2 locks in one with 1 key only. Well, how to buy a BZEN bike? There are 3 different options. Well, first of all, go to the website and subscribe to their newsletter and to their social media channels, because every now and then they do offer a promotion. But there you see ambassadors and you can contact the ambassadors, and you see bike shops and service stations that cooperate with BZEN. And whether you contact an ambassador or a service station, they will answer you within 48 hours and you can talk about how to do a test ride. Or you order the bike online and you can test it within 30 days. And if you're not happy, you can return it free of charge. If you've never ordered a bike online before, there can be surprises, but to be honest, with BZEN there were no surprises. It was super easy to take it out of the packaging and to mount and assemble the rest. It just took me like a couple of minutes and then I was able to do my first ride. This e-bike, the Vienna, costs a bit more than 3,000 euros, which is, in my opinion, a very reasonable price, because you get a high quality e-bike. And especially when you think about their concept about acting and being a very sustainable company, they don't offer you poor quality. So if you buy a BZEN bike like the Vienna, a price of 3,090 euros is very reasonable, and I would definitely give my thumbs up. And if you like this video, I would appreciate if you subscribe to Two Wheels Good and give us a thumbs up.